Today, we're going to be talking about Gabby Fortune, a fitness influencer who tried to change the narrative of her punching her boyfriend in the face, kicking down his door, and cheating on him. Gabby Fortune has a TikTok account with 201 followers. She did have an Instagram account, but I believe it was deleted. I'm not sure when she deleted it. I don't know if it was after this incident or before. So what exactly happened? Well,
a lot has happened since then, honestly.
yeah, she's not lying. A lot did happen. Her ex-boyfriend went on a podcast to talk about her anonymously about her domestic abuse.
Just going back on like mental health and shit, like as a man, you're supposed to kind of just like silence and like shut up, you know?
Yeah.
You're a man. You say anything, you're a pussy.
No, you can't say anything because then people look.
No, and I'd like to get it off my chest, you know? So I got rocked, bro. I got my lip.
Slam, bro.
I got absolutely, I got schmacked, bro. And I've never been in a toxic relationship before, ever. And this was the first girl that I let myself fall in love with. And so I was just blinded by the lights, right? But the second that I got my ass beat and I got a couple fucking right hooks thrown at me and a busted lip and a kicked down door that next day, essentially broke into my house, busted down that door, so I had to get the door replaced. But the second that that happened, I was like, this is no good.
That was Gabby's ex-boyfriend coming out about the DV situation, and he actually is an influencer too. He has a TikTok account that goes by Cousin Crypto, or JB, which is what I'm going to be calling him here, of 265,000 followers. Now, once this video surfaced to the internet, Gabby didn't like that, so she reached out to a guy named Goob to try to change the narrative. She reaches out to Instagram influencer Goob, who is known for exposing these type of people. My ex of 6 months talked on his podcast and said I was abusing him, and him and all his little friends are feeding into it, and they're making it sound like I would beat him up our entire relationship, which is 100% false. Well, first of all, beating him up in any part of the relationship isn't good. She goes on to say something happened when we broke up, and I'm scared to even tell anyone the truth because someone else was involved, and I don't want her to get heat for it. Was it the girl that you cheated on him with? I also don't want to feed into this situation because the only reason why he's talking about me and his friends are talking about me is because their low lives and their online careers are dead. Or maybe he's talking about it because you punched him in the face, kicked down his door, and cheated on him, and he has some feelings that he wants to express. He wants to get the word out. DV is not a joke. She goes on to say, so of course they're going to do and say anything to make themselves relevant again. They thrive off the drama and have dreams of aspiration instead of starting drama with people. She then messages Goob and he asks her some questions. He says, I have a few more questions. Night of January 1st, when you came back, do you have a key? Was he there when you came to get your stuff? Or was this January 1st morning after New Year's? No, I did not have a key. Yes, he was there. He was the only one in the house. His roommate was gone. Do you have a key to get to the garage? I'm confused about the nobody opened doors but got in part. She said, I kicked the door. Illegal, I know. He goes on to ask her about the domestic violence incident that happened and says, I'm not super well versed in this. In his version, when was the violence? The door thing. I guess. He's never said a date or a time. He's just saying that I beat his ass. There's multiple clips of him just saying I would beat him, punch him, that I busted his lip. Since we broke up, I've minded my own business and I've moved on and forgot about us, especially because he now lives literally across the world from me. But since his career is going nowhere, he's saying anything and everything to stay relevant. He has nothing else better to do, which is fine. Say whatever, I don't really care because people that actually know me and God know that I'm a good person. But now it's affecting me because my job, it's taking my main source of income, a single mother of daughters. Father does not support us at all. I've retired my mother, so I'm providing for her as well. And 2 months ago, my dad got really sick, isn't doing too good as a result of his diabetes. Well, I guess you should have thought about all that before you cheated on your boyfriend, punched him in the face, tried to force him into having sex with you and this woman that you were cheating on him with. People in these situations always fall back on their relevancy, how many followers they have. The other person is just saying this because they're trying to grow their Instagram account, TikTok account, trying to get more followers. None of it's true. And then they'll pull out the sympathy card of, oh, I gotta help my parents, I gotta help my mom, my dad's real sick. So they'll do any angle they can take, anything they think will help them in the situation, try to make other people feel bad for them and just change the narrative. And it's really weird. I'm wondering if these people that are abusing other people convince themselves that they are actually not doing that, or if they just suppress it so much that they forget about it, or they know about it and they're just really, really good at lying, and they're fucking psychopaths. I know I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I was to abuse someone I loved like that. I guess she may have not really even loved them. Even then, that still is not an excuse to start beating on somebody you're with. And I know that if the roles were reversed and it was her that caught him cheating and he tried to make her stay and force her to have sex with the girl and him, and she didn't want to, so he punched her in the face, I know that there would definitely be some jail time there. So for a little context, the boyfriend walks in on his girlfriend cheating. He didn't want to stay, but she forces him to, locks the door, and he still doesn't want anything to do with it. So she gets angry and punches him in the face. These are the text messages after that. You fucking forced me to. I needed to go home. I had no choice. I tried to leave. I didn't want to do that. You made me. If roles were reversed, it would be rape. Absolutely not my fault I caught you cheating on me once again, and then you made me join when I said no and tried to leave the room, and then you punched me multiple times and bust my lip. You were on your knees. Not my fault at all. That is entirely on you. By yourself. I tried to fucking leave and you wouldn't let me. I did not force you. Nobody can force you to do that. But you did. You wouldn't let me leave. You literally wouldn't let me leave. We were done there and then because you cheated again, and then wouldn't let me leave. I just wanted to make you happy. I thought that would, truthfully. Oh my God, I wasn't even in the room at first. The delusion here is insane. She thinks by her cheating on him, it's going to make him happy. How does that work? She didn't even plan on him being there. He just accidentally shows up, and then all of a sudden, oh, I was doing this to make you happy. You want to join? That's some bullshit. Yeah, and if the roles were reversed, this would be considered rape, because forcing anybody to have sex with anybody else or to have sex with you is rape. And for a man to come out and be like, she forced me to have sex with her, society just looks at it as like, oh, bro, dude, you could have got some, bro. Like, why didn't you? Like, and it makes it hard for men to come forward with things like this when they happen. In another text message, he says, so you cheated on me and hit me. Nice. I'll never understand you. She replies, I never meant to hurt you. I was hurting. None of it was your fault. You didn't deserve anything I did. But when influencer Goob questioned her about DV, she acted like none of it ever happened. Unfortunately for her, we had the text messages to prove it and pictures of his swollen face and a broken door. And according to a commenter on Goob's video of Gabby, she seems to make everything about her. The commenter says, am I the only one that stopped following her after she posted the video of her crying, discussing why her and her baby daddy were not a thing anymore? Listen to the video. The entire thing was me, pity party me. My life is so hard. I this, I that. So maybe she has a history of being egotistical, self-centered, and controlling, and maybe that's why this outburst happened, and maybe why there will be more, unless she fixes herself. Now, JB has addressed the situation since everything has happened, and this is what he had to say.
So the cat is now fully out the bag. With my ex, I dealt with domestic violence, mental abuse, and cheating. Now, this all went down on New Year's, and I've sat on it for like 3 months, making sure that it was something I wanted to talk about. I ended up choosing to finally come out about it on one of my podcasts. If you didn't watch the podcast, what happened in short was I walked in on her with another bitch and, I caught her cheating, told her it was done. When this happened, she locked the door and I was essentially made to do something I didn't want to do. The second I did that, she jumped on top of me, started smacking the fuck out of me, busted my lip, and one of the witnesses that were there that night had to bust open the door, get her off of me. I didn't want to have to drop all of this information. I just wanted her held accountable for the domestic violence. But she then reached out to Goob, telling them I was lying, I was full of shit, and after all the shit she did to me, trying to still bring me down. So then I proceeded to send them all the receipts. One of the messages being her mom, who reached out to me, who even knew about the physical and mental abuse that was going on. This is another one of me stating what she did. Absolutely no denial whatsoever. Like I said, I didn't really want it to come from this. I don't want any fucking clout from it or anything like that. But when she's going after me again, I had to show the receipts. And I know there's going to be a lot of people asking me why I didn't defend myself. You try hitting back a bitch that you love. Try doing that. I don't think any sane person can do that. So unless my life was in danger, I'm not throwing hands back. If you ever find yourself in a situation remotely close to this, walk away, never look back.
And can you imagine if he did hit back in that situation, how that would have looked? Who are people going to believe, him or her? If he has no evidence of anything, I believe they're going to believe the woman over him. That's usually how things like this go, right? And I think it's kind of ironic on Gabby's sponsored website, Dragon Pharma, there's a quote here, and her favorite quote is, "Faith is moving forward, even when things don't make sense. Trusting in hindsight, everything will be clear." Oh, is that why you trusted your fist to enter JB's face? That makes sense. Gabby recently did a sponsorship video, and the comments under it are not looking good for her. So we're not going to talk about the elephant in the room and that Gabby being allegedly an abuser. Kind of surprising that this trend, when a man speaks out, is casually swept under the rug, since a man cannot be a victim. She is really good at domestic abuse and lifting weights, a real gem. Gabby the man abuser, real piece of work. Gabby is an inspiration, and she's an awesome person. He is awesome. Oh no, please don't punch me. If the roles were reversed, cousin would be in jail right now. Yeah, it's interesting the way all these things unfold when it's woman on man violence. But you know, sometimes people do go to jail that are women, and it's not always the case. And the same with men too, right? Men sometimes don't go to jail too whenever these things happen, but it is more likely that the man will go to jail, because that's just the way things are, unfortunately. And that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to my Patreons. We got a new Patreon today. Karen Stratton, thank you for becoming a Patreon. We have a goal of 20 Patreons. We're at 8 out of 20 right now. So if you guys want to become a Patreon and help support content like this and help me make better videos to where I can spread more awareness about bad things that are happening like this, then the link would be down in the comment. Also, I do live streams over on Facebook every day at 6 p.m. EST if you want to come over there and hang out with me and chit chat. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.